focus. 2.3. We are going to come back to this long word problem at the end of the lesson because I want to do something first. Okay, so 2.3 is simplify variable expressions. Okay, so I have a variable expression here. It says 5x plus 4x plus 7, and I've labeled lots of things. You're going to have to know what these labels mean and how to identify them, okay? So here's the deal. Terms. Terms are all whole number, like any number is considered a term, okay? So that 5, the 4, the 7, those are all terms in this equation. Coefficients, okay, are what comes in front of my variables. So the numbers in front of my variables, whether that's a decimal or a fraction or an odd number, an even number, negative, a positive, these are my coefficients, okay? The constant term is a number that's just by itself. That's always called your constant, okay? And then like terms in this case would be 5x and 4x because they both have the same types of things going on with them, so they have like terms, okay? So you have lots of things happening there, and you have to be able to identify all of those things. So then we get an equation like this that says identify the terms, like terms, coefficients, and constant terms of the expression. On your homework, you're going to have something like that where it has 4 sets of things in one set of directions. Answer all parts of the directions. Underline it if you need to. Okay, they want terms, they want like terms, they want coefficients, they want constant terms. I then come down and make a chart so that I know what I'm looking for. That might be a smart thing for you to do, okay? On your test that you guys had, some of you missed some stuff like that second problem that had like 2 things you had to input. Some of you guys didn't input twice. You just did 1. Follow all steps of directions.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's identify all 4 of these things. What are my terms in this equation? In the equation y plus 8 minus 5y minus 3. What are my terms? Okay, what do you want? Okay, so you're going to say 8, 5, and 3. Here's the deal. Whatever sign you have, okay, whatever sign you have, it goes with it. And here's the deal. These terms right here, okay, each segment is a term. So, like, I'm going to keep the x with the term. So 5x, 4x, and 7 are all terms. So here I have 4 separate terms. I have y, I have 8, I have negative 5y, and I have negative 3. So you keep the sign with what is in front of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Answer properly. I don't get weird voices in my classroom. Okay? So that is how you decide what your terms are. Okay? What are your coefficients in this? Okay, what?
5.
And? This is tricky. Okay?
And 1.
And 1. Okay, so there's a 1 in front of this y. So 1 is a coefficient, and what is the other coefficient? Not 5. Keep the sign with it.
5y.
No. Not keep the variable, keep the sign with it. What sign is with this?
Oh, negative.
Negative. So negative 5. So it's the sign that's in front that tells me if it's a positive or a negative coefficient. Okay? It's not saying minus, it's saying negative 5y. Okay? Like terms. What are my like terms?
1y and negative 5y.
Okay, so y and negative 5y. What else are my like terms? There's 2 sets.
Negative 3 and
8 and
Negative 3 and 8. Oh, I was right. Okay? So I would list 2 sets. What are my constant terms?
what's that again?
Constant means it's by itself, it's solid.
Negative
8
8 and negative
negative
8 and negative 3. Good.
We
8.
did this last year, didn't we?
You
I
should have.
don't- I
You
don't
should have done
remember.
a little bit of this last year.
We
I-
didn't record anything from
So-
we did.
This is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to make sure that you can identify all those things. And make sure that you follow the directions and identify all of those things. Okay. Let's talk simplifying. I have lots of different equations on the board. We're going to simplify, and then we're going to come back to the word problem at the end. Simplifying. Let's start easy. Let's simplify this. If I simplify, am I finding an answer?
No.
No, I'm just going to have an
Reducing.
equation. I'm reducing it down. Okay, good. simplify this? 4
You'll
n,
get all the like terms together, and then you get all the.
okay, so
Coefficient.
I have 4n and negative n that are like terms, so what does that give me?
5 and
Nope.
negative.
4n and a negative n.
Negative 4n.
No, no.
Negative
4
1.
n.
I have a positive 4
Yes.
and I have a negative n.
Yes.
Positive 4n,
3 n.
3n.
Good job,
So
guys.
that gives me
We're
3n.
smart.
Because this is positive 4, negative 1. Then I have a negative 7 and a positive 9. What does negative 7 and positive 9 give me?
2.
Positive 2. So here is my simplified answer. Okay, 3n plus 2. What about on B? I have negative 7b plus 3 plus b minus 10.
6.
What's
6b and
No.
Negative 6b.
Negative
oh yeah,
6b.
negative 6b.
Negative 7 positive b. Negative 6b. Then I have 3 and
Negative 10.
which gives you
Negative 7.
negative 7.
Good job, guys.
Guys,
Thank you.
do
I wouldn't
not forget the signs. Pay attention to your signs. What, Jacob?
So how do you get 6B and 3N?
Because you sub.
How did I get negative
That
6b?
one
B.
Time out.
Yes.
There's a 1 in front of here.
It's a visible one.
It's invisible,
Okay.
Jacob.
So this is negative
man.
7. It'd be like saying negative 7 plus 1. What do you get? Negative 6.
Oh.
And then you just keep the b with it, okay? So anytime there's a b or a letter by itself, it has a invisible 1 in front of it.
How do I know if it's negative though?
It's
That looks
whatever
like a minus
sign.
sign to me.
Yes, because here's the deal. It is a minus sign, kind of. But technically, it also can like be distributed into that next variable. So the sign goes with what follows it, okay? Whatever's behind it. So if this is a negative sign, then that means, or if this is a minus, that means this is a negative 7. Okay? If this is a positive, that means that's a positive 9. It's whatever goes behind it is what it is.
So there's never gonna be a minus positive 7.
Maybe. It would be in parentheses though. So if it's minus positive 7, it would look like this. It would say 4n minus positive 7. But the deal is that's still a negative 7. That's why they write it that way. It's the same thing. Because it still, this technically has a 1 here and you distribute it into there.
Then what's the point of positive?
It would still be.
The only time you see it written in parentheses most of the time is when it says like 4n minus negative 7, because what happens when you have 2 negatives?
Positive.
Positive. Or you might see it written this way, 4n plus negative 7. Well, what does that mean this is? It's still negative, right? Okay? So you're not going to see it written this way ever, because this is what this is.
So no matter what, it's just gonna end in negative.
Yes. Unless it's a double negative, then it ends up positive. So if there's 1 negative there, it's going to be negative. If there's 2 negatives there, that's when you're going to get a positive. Okay? We'll keep looking at some, because we're going to do some distribution here and
Yeah,
look at it.
I'm
Okay. So then down here on C, I have 2 parentheses x minus 4 plus 9x plus 1. What do I need to do first before I even start this problem?
Find the like
You do
terms
what's
and
in
coefficients.
Not combine the like terms. What is
Oh,
doing
you do
to
the
work?
parentheses.
PEMDAS.
Okay, kind of PEMDAS, but what have we been talking about? What's that D word we've been using?
Distributive properties.
Distributive. I have to distribute this into here. So what is 2 times x?
2x.
And what is 2 times negative 4?
Negative 8.
And so I get 2x minus 8 plus 9x plus 1.
I can answer
Now what can I do?
Combine like terms.
Combine like terms. And Josh, what is 2x plus 9x? 11x. Good.
Wait. Plus. She said.
It is plus.
Oh.
That really won't be a change.
And what is negative 8 plus 1?
Negative 7.
Negative 7. So you have to distribute before you can combine like terms.
Good job, guys.
Okay?
Yeah.
Any questions on that?
I don't like I suddenly won't be a change.
Any questions there? Okay, now look up here. You have this 4a, and then you have a negative, and then you have parentheses 4a minus 3. What do I have to do there?
Distribute the
One.
4A to.
Be negative 1. You do.
What did you say, CJ?
The CJ
Negative
just
one.
get an answer.
Negative 1. No, stop laughing. He is actually right. Let's do this, okay? So there is a negative 1 right here. There's technically a 1 right there in front of that equation. I have to use the distributive property and distribute this negative 1 into all of these parts. So you drop down the 4a and you say negative 1 times 4a. What does that give you? Negative 4a.
Why is
There's a negative
Sometimes
1.
it just comes out my
A
mouth.
negative times a positive is a negative. What? It looks like a what?
It's not a subtraction.
It is, but it isn't. Here's the deal.
Ah.
Okay, it is a subtraction sign in your mind, but technically there is a 1 in front of here because there's multiplication happening.
So can we just?
So it is a negative 1 distributed in. Okay, so you have to start visualizing
I'm
that.
doing tutoring.
Wait, when we take a test, can we just draw it?
You can draw it, yeah, you can put it in there on your homework. I don't care. That's a good idea. So then what is negative 1 times negative 3?
3, 4, 3,
3.
Positive 3.
3.
Now let's combine like terms. I have 4a minus 4a.
0.
0. And then I have what left over?
3.
So my
3A.
simplified version on this is actually just 3.
Oh, because it is canceled.
Yeah, because the a's cancel out. Okay? So the tricky part for these is going to be two things. For one, you're going to have to remember that the sign that's in front of it goes with it. So it's either negative or positive. Stop thinking minus and add. Think negative, think positive. Okay?
How
What?
do the A's cancel out?
Because
Because
4a,
it's 0, goofy.
stop, positive 4a, minus 4a
But that's
is...
negative.
Right, if I have a positive 4 and a negative 4 and I combine them, what do they come out to be?
0.
0.
Wait, so that's not
4A
a negative 4 at the
has a
beginning and a
baby.
negative 4 at the end?
This is positive 4a, this is negative 4a.
So there can be a positive, but it has to be in the front.
No,
But you just said that's positive 4A.
it is because this right here has no negative sign in front of it, so it's
there,
positive.
That's what I'm saying. So there can be a
But
negative,
it doesn't have to be in the front, it can be, stop talking. Stop. Nope, close it. The positive doesn't have to be the first one. It can be anywhere in the equation. It's whatever sign is in front of it. Is there a negative sign in front of this? No, so that makes it positive. Is there a negative sign in front of this one?
I assume so.
Yes. That minus sign means negative. So that's a negative. That's how you tell. It can be anywhere in the equation. We're going to keep working. Look. 3k minus 8 times k plus 2. What do I need to do first? Someone besides Carter or E.
These are home bees.
What do you need to do? What, Seth?
Multiply 8 times k.
Okay, 8 or what? Not just 8. What's with that 8? A negative 8. I'm going to distribute this negative 8 into here so that you have 3k. What's negative 8 times k?
Negative 8K.
Negative 8k. And then I have negative 8 times 2. What is negative 8 times 2?
Negative 16.
Negative 16. Okay, now combine like terms. I have 3k and negative 8k. What does that give me, Jacob? What does 3k and negative 8k give me?
You can do it, Jacob.
Negative 5k.
Not negative 5k.
Ah, yeah.
So I have negative 5k, and then I don't have anything to combine negative 16 with, so that's my simplified version. Okay?
Good job.
So you have to think, when you go to distribute, remember, if there's a negative sign there, you're distributing a negative number in. I'm multiplying by a negative number. Okay? So that means whatever happens in here, the signs will flip, will change. Now let's talk about this word problem.
Oh, Lord.
It says you work out each day after school by jogging around a track and swimming laps in a pool. You spend a total of 45 minutes jogging and swimming. You burn 14 calories per minute when jogging and 8 calories per minute when swimming. Man, there's a lot of information in there. What do you think is important so far?
45 minutes, 14 calories, and 8 calories.
Okay, so 45 minutes total, 14 calories and 8 calories. Good, okay. Let J be the time you jog in minutes. Write an expression in terms of J for the total calories you burn during your workout. Write an expression in terms of J for the total calories you burn in your workout. Give us a second to think. Let's think about this. We know that we work out for how long?
45 minutes.
45 minutes. We know we work out for 45 minutes. What does our workout include?
Swimming and jogging.
Swimming and jogging. Okay, swimming and jogging, right? Now, we have swimming and we have jogging, but they only want us to use one variable, and it's J. Okay? So J is going to have to relate to swimming and to jogging. Okay? So when we create this equation, we shouldn't have more than one variable. So tell me, what do you think we should do? What, Cardinal?
I think maybe we should put 14x.
Well,
Sorry,
what?
14j.
14J. Okay, why 14J?
Because you need to put a variable.
Time out.
It's just a head.
Guys, focus on me. We'll take care of that later. So you need to put 14J. Why, Carter?
Because you need to multiply it per minute, so you need to have j is the number of
Right.
minutes.
So I know that I burn 14 calories when jogging, so I'm going to say 14J because I have 14 calories per jogging minute. Okay? But that's not what makes up all of my swimming. What else makes, or no, all of my workout? What else makes up my workout?
The
Calories you burn.
The calories you burn from what else?
Jogging.
And
Swimming.
swimming. Okay? So I know 14J for sure is my jogging. But I have to add it to what?
8j.
Calories that you burn.
No, and here's why. This is tricky. Okay? You do have to add it to 8J is what you're thinking because you want to say 8 calories for swimming, right?
Yeah.
But swimming is not technically J because jogging is J. But we're only using J. So how many total minutes do I work out?
JS.
45. So if I add 8 times 45 minus J, because that would be how many minutes I don't jog. 45 minutes minus the jogging minutes, okay, gives me my swimming minutes, right? Okay? So if I'm not jogging, I'm swimming. That's what this is saying. I know that I work out for 45 total minutes, and I need to relate it to jogging. Well, my swimming is 8 calories times the amount of minutes I swim. Well, the amount of minutes I swim depends on how many minutes I jog. So I have to relate those. So that's my equation. Do you see how that gets a little bit more confusing because I'm only using one variable? If I was able to use 2 variables, it'd be 14J plus 8S for swimming, okay? So that would be easy. But because they only want us to use one variable, this is where the distributive property is going to come in because I have to relate it to the other thing. We will practice these.
Are they trying to make us confused?
They are. Is that crazy
Use
or
2
what?
letters.
But then, see, you have to have more information because you have to solve for 2 letters. When I only have 1 letter, I just have to have a little bit of information and I can solve the whole
So that's all
thing.
I think the boy just saying how much
So
you swim.
then, from here, that is the equation. But let's simplify this equation just for kicks and giggles. So how would I do that? Okay, what?
8, put in 45.
Okay, 8 times 45 and 8 times.
8, put it in that.
So I get 14J plus, what's 8 times 45?
You just
45 45 equals
90.
360.
360.
I knew that.
And then I have minus 8J. So now simplify that. What's 14J minus 8J?
6J.
Yep, so I get 6J plus 360. Now do you see how my equation only has,
606.
now do you see how my equation only has one variable in it? So I can solve
Wait,
it.
so we never figure out how much he swam?
We're going to eventually. That was just part A. Part A was write an expression in
That's
terms
only
of
part
J.
A.
That's only part A.
I said 3
Man.
600.
Guys, focus. It'd be less confusing if people would shut up and focus. Okay. So,
Look at it.
6J plus 360 is my equation, okay? Because I'm relating everything to jogging. Now, it says find the total number of calories you burn if you jog for 20 minutes. What am I going to do?
Well,
Basically,
Jay's
the same
Jay's the
thing,
number
but
of
you're
minutes.
Swap
for
20 and 45.
What
No.
is
You
it
would
for
put
again?
60 times 20.
I would put
six times 20.
6 times 20. I'm literally plugging 20 in for J because J stands for
Jay.
jogging. So I'm going to say
Jay's
6
minutes.
times 20 plus 360 equals, what's 6 times 20?
120,
120, and then you're going to add 360 to it.
180, 480.
120 plus 360 equals 480 calories burned.
Today's Friday.
So you burned 480 calories when you jog 20 minutes, which means how long did you swim?
I don't know.
10.
I'm just asking, this is a random question always.
45 minutes.
You work out for a total of
40.
45. If I jog for 20,
Oh,
I swam for 25. So this is how many calories I burn total when I jog 20 minutes and swim 25 minutes. What?
Wait, so was the point to find how many calories he burned in all, or to find out
Yes.
how much he swam?
To find out how many calories he burned and all, but I just was asking you a bonus question of how much he swam.
I think you paid for that one.
You're mean.
Wow.